With the way the Carolina Panthers offseason has kicked off, they are on a mission to retool this offense that was just flat out horrible last year and to make sure Bryce Young has a bounce back season. They've already made a trade that was pretty shocking for some as they acquired Deontay Johnson from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it appears that they're not even done yet because they have been meeting with some veteran free agent wide receivers. And although they don't have a first round draft pick this year, they seem to be in luck because everybody feels like this wide receiver draft class is one of the deepest in recent memory. And everybody expects them to take a wide receiver very, very early and most likely number 33 in that draft. With the draft process underway with the Senior Bowl, this NFL Pro Scouting Combine, and then of course pro days for colleges that are coming up, it feels like there's some breadcrumbs and some seeds being sown that show that the Panthers may just have a draft crush already. And that person is none other than Xavier Legette, wide receiver from the University of South Carolina. My name is Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk, and I cover the Carolina Panthers. So hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see news and updates, film breakdowns, and stuff like that, because this is something that I just could not ignore and I had to talk about because Xavier Legette is a very polarizing figure for some people in this draft space. To me, I get that feeling it's one of those things where the public is a lot lower on him than NFL experts because the Panthers damn sure have not been shy about showing their affection towards him. So let's go ahead and list it out. They've been on record saying that they've met twice with him at the Senior Bowl down in Mobile, Alabama. They also confirmed that they met with him at the Combine in Indianapolis. You have Panthers.com itself putting out an article about Xavier Legette and his time at South Carolina and working with current wide receiver in the NFL, Deebo Samuel, coming from the team website itself. And then a local beat writer, Joe Person for The Athletic that covers the Carolina Panthers, he also did a special on Xavier Legette's journey as well. And that's not even all. Panthers on Tap, a podcast for the Carolina Panthers, put a survey out on Twitter about which wide receiver would love to be added to that room. And even Bryce Young's father, Craig Young, put C that he wanted Xavier Legette to join the room. And that's not even the biggest thing because to put the cherry on top, the University of South Carolina just had their pro day and Xavier Legette, of course, was being watched closely by the Carolina Panthers offensive coordinator and wide receiver coach. He was interviewed after the pro day and about his thoughts. And he had this to say.
No surprise, about 10 members of the front office, coaching and scouting staffs were in Columbia today for Gamecocks Pro Day, and they had their eyes fixed on receiver Xavier Legette. The 6'3" Legette provides a big target. He was third-team All-American this year, and the Mullins, South Carolina native would not mind being picked up by the Panthers.
That'll be great, man. I'll be right down the road. It'll be a little easier for my family to come watch me play, so that'll be great. That's just them telling me that they want me on their team, man. A lot of coaches came and hollered at me before and after this process here, man. A lot of them, man, they say they got a buzz in their facility for me, man, and I'm just ready to see where I'm going to land.
I just want to put it out there that I did not have expectations about how Xavier Legette's voice would sound, but this was the last thing I was expecting to hear. One of the countryest accents I've ever heard. And I'm from South Carolina myself. I've been born and raised in the South. This dude is from a whole different part of the state. I have never heard the countryest accent I've ever heard. And this really levels to this country stuff, man. He is high-end country, bro. Like, that accent is heavy. I mean, you can look at his Twitter account and you can see him posing pictures going hog hunting. This dude is a different type of backwoods country. It really puts you in the mind of another country wide receiver that played in the NFL, and that's Randy Moss. And so if they play anything alike, sign me up for him on my team. I want Xavier Legette on my football team. But back to what he said. He said that they were talking to him, showing him a lot of love, saying that they wanted him a part of the team, said there's a buzz in the facility about him. It pretty much confirms all the evidence that I laid out prior to this. So Xavier Legette is projected to go in that second round range, so he will be well in reach for the Carolina Panthers if they do so choose to take him with one of their second round picks. Remember, they got that number 33 overall pick that they earned from having the worst record in the league, but they also have the number 39 pick that they acquired via trade when they sent Brian Burns to the New York Giants. So is there potential that they could be taking Xavier Legette with either one of those picks? Who knows? But like I previously mentioned, he's a very polarizing prospect because he's spent 5 years in college, but really only had one breakout season, but it was a hell of a season. He had over 71 receptions, over 1,200 yards, and 7 touchdowns. I mean, the guy is 6'1", 225 pounds. He's rocked up. He's built like he's country strong, and he can run like a deer. This guy is really put together and is a specimen. Many Panthers fans are kind of cold on him because they think he has a similar body type and game to Jonathan Mingo. I beg to differ because I think he's a lot better after the catch and he's a lot more competitive at the catch point, being able to elevate for passes and play bigger than his 6'1", 225-pound frame would suggest. I've seen comparisons to DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, or even Dez Bryant out there, and I think all of those kind of fit the bill. Regardless, that just puts you in the mind of a potential of this guy that he has. With all this love and gushing that's being shown, clearly the Panthers are higher than him than the fans are, and they see something in him that really thinks that he can fit and mesh well with this Panthers offense. With the moves that the Panthers previously made, I think it could be a good move to get him here. That way there's not a ton of pressure on him. Last year we drafted Jonathan Mingo and there wasn't a ton of talent at wide receiver, so there was a lot of pressure on him and expectations were high for him to perform. I personally think Mingo was a little bit overdrafted, so it really was just a bad situation for him overall. Now with Xavier Legette, with the acquisition of obviously Deontay Johnson and with Adam Thielen being here, he will not be relied upon to be that wide receiver one right away. It's something that he can grow to, and of course he will be a young piece that can grow and develop along with Bryce Young. Not to mention he's a hometown kid and a Gamecock, so I got a little bit of a soft spot for him, and I would love to have him on the Carolina Panthers. I want to get you guys' thoughts though about Xavier Legette and all the love that the Panthers have been showing for him. Do you think that they should take him with number 33 or 39? Let me know down below in the comments how you feel about Xavier Legette. What side of the coin are you on in terms of him? But I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. I'll see you next time. Peace.